Got you real red in the face.
Okay, my hands were on my face just now, Chuck.
And before.
Oh my god, dude. I've not seen the extended cut of this, and it's even worse for Andrew, bro. It's just like a bad look. Like, it just looks rough, doesn't it? 3 baby daddies, that is a killer line. Okay, I do have some stuff in the back pocket. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys.
I would not want to.
I did cover this previously, but I think this has probably got more information in. So let's take a look at this.
I would not want to be that guy, that person who just cannot control their internal emotions.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're
mean?
a don't talk.
So one thing when I first heard this, I had no idea what sniz meant. I didn't know what sniz meant. Apparently sniz means vagina, I guess. And it's like a term for someone that's a lesbian.
Shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth. We live in a carnal world full of warring tribes who are always killing each other. And that's part of the human condition. You can't afford to have your men losing control to emotion.
You're so strong, you should open it.
Yeah, I got to be able to grip it.
Okay, we'll grip it. Let's go.
It's literally slippery. Can't grip the fucker. Like, I got to have a way to grip it.
People are overreacting to this. I mean, I think it is just a bad look to overreact or react like this to someone, you know, bringing your family into it. But I don't know, man.
Jungle.
Andrew, I'm sorry. It's not.
My fingers slipped
What a
right off the
backfire.
lid.
All right, so recently Andrew Wilson somehow had an even more embarrassing moment than that tragic pickle jar incident. The guy just keeps having meltdowns over the funniest shit, while at the same time preaching about how men need to control their emotions and stay composed under pressure. You know, we live in a world of warring tribes always trying to kill each other, and this man was defeated by a pickle jar. And you would think that fiasco would have been a wake-up call for him, and he would learn to try to control his temper a little bit at least. But it seems like he's still just on the verge of having a complete breakdown. I mean, he flies off the handle so easily. All you have to do is mention his wife having kids with guys before him.
Yeah, sure. I think Isaac's got the right take. It's internet blood sports and he slipped up and showed weakness. Yes, I think that is the correct take on this. But obviously, you know, Andrew is a very aggressive guy. He's a very aggressive and you know, whatever. And he's obviously created a bunch of people that don't fucking like him. So they're obviously going to make hay when the sun shines if he does something like this. So that's why you're seeing the reaction that you are, because people fucking hate him. And so a little like opportunity to get in there and fucking say shit about him, they're going to take like full advantage of.
And he loses it. Like, you don't even need to say anything bad about it. All you have to do is just bring it up and he panics. He's so sensitive. And it's hilarious that he's always talking about how men need to be stoic and ready for war. But then he just crashes out over the dumbest shit. You know, the guy can barely handle being in the...
Oh, they found the chink in his armor. Is that what you're referring to? Which is a totally legitimate thing to say, because it's not a slur in that context, by the way.
culture war, let alone an actual war. I mean, the guy now has PTSD from a pickle jar. And
yeah, also, the other thing as well that's interesting about this, and this goes back to the classic thing about debates, right? It's not about your overall performance in the debate. It's about the clippable moment. What's the clippable moment? And all I've seen of this entire debate is that one clip of him spurging out when his family gets brought up. I haven't seen any of the rest of the debate. And I don't fucking know what happened in it. People are saying in chat, but he won the debate, he won the debate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because all that matters is, what's the clippable moment that goes round? The clippable moment that goes around is him spurging out, and that then becomes the narrative, and that then becomes the story. So even if he won in the other areas of the debate, which I'm never going to find out because whatever content is total fucking brain rot for me, I'm not interested in it at all. But even if so, it doesn't matter, because the prevailing narrative will be about this debate. Oh yeah, that was the time that guy freaked out about his family getting brought up, or whatever it is, you know?
everyone knows how easy it is to get to him. Like, even if you just bring up him having stepkids, he starts to panic. On another episode, a lady mentioned this, and he acted so weird about it. Like, you could tell he's just so insecure about this stuff, because also he knows the audience he's cultivated thinks marrying a single mom and raising stepkids is simp behavior. You know, they definitely look down on that, which you'd think he does too, based on everything he preaches. But of course, since it's his situation, he needs to have a caveat for that.
I adore my kids. Like, I love them to death. Wouldn't that take that away from me? Because now I would not even be sure if they were mine.
I mean, forgive me, they're not yours, are they?
No, they are mine.
Biologically?
Yeah. I have biological children, yes.
So I'm
You
sorry.
were misinformed, weren't you? By trolls. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, I have stepchildren and biological children
So
both.
do you feel that your stepchildren aren't your children?
No, I still love them and adore them.
So I'm sorry, they're not your children, or they are?
They are, but there's still a different relationship.
Okay, so I mean,
There's
you're
a different relationship.
You're doing it yourself. I mean,
No,
you,
I'm not.
You are
I just told you there's
participating in the
dis-
child rearing
Will you stop?
of children that aren't
This
yours.
is incorrect.
Like biologically
Yeah,
yours.
no, that's incorrect.
Wait, sorry. What are you contesting in chat? The idea that he's a manosphere creator or something. Is that what's being contested? He's like a religious guy who wants to push religious. Is he? Well, he's in the manosphere arena, but like he's not like manosphere like Andrew Tate is, right? Like he advocates for that lifestyle. What are you arguing about then? I don't understand what you guys are arguing about in chat. But yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. He's against the red pill. He's doesn't like the fucking red pill shit that people like Fresh and Fit push, right? He's more of a traditional concept. And that's where they come to blows, because he's pushing a traditional idea and the response is, well, your relationship and kid situation isn't traditional, right?
So it's a bold move being in the manosphere red pill space while being in a relationship like his. And he's clearly cracking under the pressure. That's why he just loses it when somebody points it out. Like, he's horrible at staying composed and...
Yeah. He does religious and political debates, but he's against sleeping around and shit like that. I feel like he's only on the show to make fun of whores. I don't think he's against raising stepchildren. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know the fucking ins and outs of Andrew Wilson's relationship and his kids and all that shit. He's a stepfather. People use it against him because they say it's against his manosphere values. Yeah.
Not letting his emotions get the best of him. Like, when his wife gets brought up in this clip, he has one of the worst reactions you could imagine. That's obviously why this clip went so viral. You know, if he kept his cool, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Well, I guess the idea is that if you believe what their conception of his beliefs is, that he's got this adherence to red pill principles that they think he's got, then they would probably think that you should not get in that relationship in the first place. He's berated single mothers while getting married to a single mother. Does he berate single mothers? Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't watch his content, so I'm not sure. The last time I spoke to Andrew Wilson was like 2 years ago, I think. He's basically, went from being like a Twitch poll shitter, essentially, to setting up an entire, like, multimedia empire on the basis of his fucking Crucible channel. He berates whores. Right, okay. The single mother thing is about how they behave, not that they are single mothers. Okay, well, I don't know.
But as soon as the girl he's debating mentions his wife's past, he just loses it and starts going off on her and insulting her, which she actually handles well. She keeps her cool and just lets Andrew embarrass himself. So this is such a bad look for him, and it obviously shows how insecure he is about it, which is funny because he's trying to prove the opposite, like that there's nothing wrong with what she did. He's flipping out. He's like, what's wrong with her having kids with other men? It's like, I don't know, you tell me. You don't sound too happy about it if this is your reaction. If somebody brings it up and you're like, stop attacking me and stop talking shit, it sounds like you're not handling it very well. And then the girl he's debating brings up how he's getting really worked up about it, and she's like, man, you're really red in the face. And he's like, well, it's because I was touching my face, I was being performative about it, and you seem pretty pissed too. He's such a man-child, and he's just coping like crazy. It's unbelievable.
But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think, honestly, you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So, Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was going for like the sort of like summary dunk maneuver, right? where it's like you summarize and then you give the "you're too stupid to understand" thing, and then she hits him back with this, and he spokes out.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
Under
you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're a
mean?
fucking dick. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I
daddies?
just say?
Your wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm sorry,
daddies?
Dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to?
your hatred against?
Do the women
they,
that you try
convince
to?
them that they shouldn't?
You know,
like,
Charlie, did I
pursue
bring
women? Do they know
Charlie?
that
Did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called
into
me fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people
Okay.
on are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, what am I doing? Being married
I don't
to my
think
wife.
it's immoral.
Then why? So then.
Under my
So all
worldview,
you did.
that's perfectly
So wait,
acceptable.
Chuck. All you're doing is saying. So Chuck, shouldn't you actually be saying that Andrew? You're doing a good thing
Do you think your wife is a charity
by
case?
taking care of children who weren't mine. Was I doing a good thing? Whose fathers abandoned them? Was I doing a good thing?
Yeah, you're doing a good thing.
Oh, okay. Well then, Chuck, why did you use that as a form of personal attack on me?
Got you real red in the face.
Okay, my hands were on my face just now, Chuck.
And before.
Oh my god, dude! I've not seen the extended cut of this, and it's even worse for fucking Andrew, bro.
Because my hands were on my face, Chuck.
Okay.
Dude, oh no, dude. He's putting his hands on his face. No, Andrew, no. It gets worse the more it goes on, man. I only saw the short clip, and when I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's a bad showing from Andrew. And it just gets worse the more you listen to, bro. Ugh.
You're mad.
It's performative, Chuck. I don't know. You looked pretty angry just a second ago, Chuck. You were
This
pretty
is what my
upset.
face looks like.
Yeah, so he was going through it because he knows people can see the irony here of him making a whole career out of promoting traditional values and lecturing women for being promiscuous and making bad life decisions, while at the same time being married to someone who has kids with 3 different guys. Like in the red pill space, a single mom is a huge red flag, and they always tell guys to avoid them. I mean, imagine if somebody with the same history as Andrew's wife was on this podcast or fresh and fit. She'd obviously get cooked by
Hi, Deke, how's it going? Yeah, we're just watching this.
them, and nobody would believe that she's only been with 3 guys.
I don't know what you're supposed to say if you're Andrew. I mean, yeah, it's just obviously a point of weakness. I don't know, man. What do you say to this? Like, it's just a tough scenario, isn't it? Tough situation.
That's what Andrew's wife claims. She's only been with the guys that she has kids with, which, again, if this was a random woman on a red pill podcast trying to say this, they'd all just laugh in her face. No way they'd believe her, and they'd think her husband is a idiot simp for believing her. But Andrew thinks his wife is different. You know, he believes her, I think. I mean, also he said when they had a kid together, he told her that they have to do a paternity test or he's leaving them.
Okay, it was a fact, and you brought it up because you wanted to use it as something disparaging.
Yeah, I think you've just got to have, like, a compelling response to this that is calm, cool, and collected. It just comes across as spurgy and childish, especially the you lick sniz stuff. I mean, what the fuck is... What even is that, bro? I don't even know what that was. I didn't know what he was trying to say. I get it now. He's calling her a lesbian. But then, is that even good? Is that even good? Is that even good? Just call them a lesbian? Is that even like a good thing to do? I don't think that's good, bro. Like, yes, what, so? She's a lesbian, yeah, I'm sure she's cool with that. Like, what's... Oh, God.
But you can't figure out how it's disparaging.
It's disparaging because it goes against the worldview that you espouse.
What part of me marrying a woman
You
who
say
was divorced
gnarly
goes against my
things-
worldview?
You say gnarly things about promiscuous women and that they're disgusting.
That's not
irredeemable.
promiscuity.
You say 3 baby daddies? Yes, that's promiscuous.
Wait a second. Help me out here. How many times have you had sex?
It's certainly under 10.
Yeah, and she has 3 long-term relationships, and I'm one of them.
Okay, what, dude, I need to understand. 3 baby daddies. So, his wife has had 3 different children from 3 different dads, including him. Is that what the situation is? Okay. I mean, I don't think it's. I would agree that it's not necessarily promiscuous. Okay. Because it's like you've had 3 partners, say, and you've had a kid with each of them. That's not like promiscuity. It's just like a bad look. Like, it just looks rough, doesn't it? 3 baby daddies. That is a killer line. 3 baby daddies is a fucking killer line, dude. Promiscuity is more engaging in, you know, numerous sexual partners rapidly or something like that, right? Promiscuous on his terms is, I don't know, is it? I don't know if it is. I don't know what his terms are for promiscuity. I would assume he's referring to having rapid, repeated sexual partners, you know, all over the place. No? But in any case, I mean, it's a killer line. It's a killer line to be used against you. 3 baby daddies is like, whew. Difficult to respond to that in a compelling way that you don't, I don't know, dude. I don't know what the answer to this is, bro. What should he say? Like, he's just got to kind of accept it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, Chuck. Can you tell me? Can you tell me which one of you are promiscuous?
Through having had children with them, forever tied to her.
And if it's true that he shit talks divorcees, which I don't know because I don't watch enough of his content to understand that. I mean, that would come across as like a sort of hypocritical point. But I don't know if he does that or not.
That's a much stronger bond than a hookup.
Okay, but help me out. You fuck way more women than my wife, and she's the promiscuous one? I have what I would consider 100% faith and trust in my wife. Mm-hmm. But I told her, I told her these words exactly. You're going to get the fucking test, and if not, I'm out the door. Period.
Well, also...
And the way Andrew talks about his wife, you'd think she's some quiet lady who stays off social media and focuses on the family and their home. But she's really a vulgar loudmouth.
Oh, wait, hang on a sec. She called into the show as well. Oh, no, I forgot about that part. She called into the show too. Oh. That's tough. That's tough.
Trying to be an influencer. She also always feels the need to step in and try to fight Andrew's battles for him. Like, she's always crashing out on Twitter, going hard, trying to defend him. And one time a girl got in Andrew's face, so then she called into the show and went off on her. And she just does not sound like a traditional feminine lady at all.
I told Priscilla that if she comes anywhere near my husband, she's gonna have to...
Oh, wait, hang on. This is Andrew's take on single mothers a year ago, if you want to take a look.
On you.
Bro, oh my God, dude. I fucking hate the Whatever podcast, man. I fucking hate this podcast so much, dude. Fuck it. I want to know what his take is.
Disagree on the view Brian and most others have on single moms. So I guess what is the position that you think I or others have on this?
Well, it might not necessarily be your point of view. Sorry, thank you. It's just point of views I've heard before on this podcast or other podcasts about how generally children of single mothers turn out to be the bad bunches of the world.
It's true.
And I get that, and I don't disagree with like the statistics of it and all. I guess where I disagree is putting solely the blame on the fact that it's a single mother and not necessarily.
I mean, I'm guessing though the single mother thing would be the single mother ought to pursue a meaningful, substantive relationship with someone, and then, you know, get the stepdad, right? I'm assuming it would be the take.
Really a single parent in general, because some of the turnout situations could still be the same if it was.
They're not though. When it's a single father at home, the problems and the outcomes are significantly better than when it's with a single mother at home. That's why it's viewed this way with so much social stigma. So the idea is not to say that women who are single, many times women can become single through no fault of their own. Perhaps they're in an actual abusive relationship. Perhaps their husband dies. Perhaps, you know, there's any number of different situations which can cause it. But if you were looking to advise, if let's say you had an entire pool of men to advise, then you were to look at the numbers and you go, okay, look, the amount of shit that you're going to put up with marrying a single mom versus not marrying a single mom is massive. Mm-hmm. You're going to be putting up with a lot more shit, a lot more trouble. Now you got exes involved. You got all of this involved, right? It's probably better if you have viable options external to a single mom to take those. Now, there's situations, many situations, where marrying a single mother works out fine. Dating single moms works out fine. There was no problem with that. But it's not often, right? Those are much smaller in the percentage of the pool versus the amount of people who end up with catastrophic situations because now they have to not only deal with you, but they have to deal with children that are not theirs, and then the fathers of those children, the extended families of those fathers of those children who all want to be involved. That's where the viewpoint is like, So if you were going to advise your son, if you had all of that data and there was options in front of him, and so option one is, I really like this girl, but she has children from another man, but I also really like this girl, and she doesn't, right? It seems pretty clear that you would advise him, hey, maybe you should think, if that option's available to you, about going with that, because there's less potential for damage to you if you're looking for the best for your own kids, right? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Wait,
I
but
don't disagree with that
before I
at
have you answer that,
So he's saying that that's a better option, but he's not necessarily saying it's impossible to have a good relationship with a single mother. So I struggle to see the hypocrisy here. I don't really think this, like, I would rather, like, if he was railing on single mothers and whatever, maybe, but there's not really a hypocrisy here. I don't think. No, I'm not seeing it. It's just like, this is him having a relationship he's got is consistent with what he's saying here, I think.
I actually didn't hear you actually raise this from the context of dating. Now, perhaps it's your position. The only thing I heard was just you've heard people say that when it comes to raising children, the outcomes of the children when raised in a single mother household as compared to a single father household. But this is also just because Andrew's now in the realm of dating, right? Yeah. Are you also have qualms there when it comes to, hey, it's suboptimal to date single moms as opposed to childless women?
Oh, no, definitely not. Like,
okay.
I definitely
So Andrew, I think her position is simply just the whole single moms raising children, the outcomes for the children as compared to single fathers, not really a dating.
Yeah,
she has qualms on the dating front.
They're much worse across the board.
Okay.
So they're much worse in criminality, and here's why. I'll tell you why this is the case. It's because of the external component of stepdad. So stepfathers are far more likely to abuse the kids. Stepdads are far more likely to have a revolving door, right? Or boyfriends, much more likely to have a revolving door. Single dads, that doesn't work that way, right? So if a single dad has another woman who enters in the kid's life, they have a lot more power to do something about any type of problem which may occur, right? Not going to have the same dependency issues, not going to have the same revolving door. And so the chance of abuse goes significantly down. So for instance, if I was single tomorrow and I was dating a woman and I saw some kind of abusive tenants, right? Very easy for me to be like, get the fuck out of here, lunatic. And what is she going to do about it? Nothing. But the other way might not be so easy, right? So this is why you generally have better outcomes with single fathers, is because they can actually do something when it comes to this idea of abuse, and they are far more likely than the biological dad to abuse kids. Like, overwhelmingly. Not all of them do it. In fact, probably most of them don't do it. I'm just saying that statistically, they're more likely to. So that's why the outcomes tend to be better with single fathers than single mothers.
And isn't there data that per capita, looking at children raised by single fathers as compared to single mothers, for example, incidents of criminality?
Yeah, I brought that up. But that's why the incidences of criminality come.
Is he coping? Is there anything here that's that controversial? I mean, I would think that it probably is the case that if you were to take, yeah. I don't know, bro. I think this is probably true. I would say. Why is he on the podcast? To berate whores, obviously.
Sure.
So me being single is better for my child? Is it like...
What?
No, it'd be
Well, no,
worse.
if he's
I do
saying-
have to move on, but if you can
So
make your point.
the chances are, and this is just raw facts. These are just raw facts,
Yeah.
okay? The chances of you introducing a new man into your child's life are likely going to be more detrimental than if you were in a relationship with the child's biological father for the course. Now, that doesn't mean that that's going to be true. I'm just talking about risk factors.
Yeah.
The risk factors are higher, that's all.
So yeah, so I'm saying, like, from my point of view, I've been single since I've been single. So from what you're explaining, that means that, like, my outcome would be slightly
It's
better
still
because I'm not having that
yeah,
rotating
yeah.
door
The outcome
of-
the outcome may be slightly better because you don't have other men coming in. However, it's still going to be suboptimal as to if you had probably stayed with the father. And so that's why, like you said, you're a Christian. Churches will often recommend, look, there's no abuse, there's no drugs, there's no stuff like that. You guys are just having a hard time reconciling some issues. You should probably still stay together to make sure that the kids have the best shot at life. Because after you're out the door, they will do something different. You know what I mean? But that's often why even non-religious counselors will often advise this.
Okay. You said also the viewpoint that women are more attractive at 20 than 40. So what was your thing there?
I mean, kind of, you asked earlier about if I thought I looked better now than I did at 20. And I understand the whole...
Okay, well, we get the gist anyway. Don't need to listen to more of that.
Deal with me. I'll fly out there.
Yeah, guys, I don't think there's a contradiction here, unless there's other clips of him just berating single mothers or saying that they should never get married again or some shit. I don't think there's like a contradiction. It's just an embarrassing moment, having something personal getting brought up and reacting emotionally to it. That's what's happened here. Looks real fucking bad for Andrew.
And she could try getting in my face and see how tough she feels then. Because I guarantee if it was me sitting across from your ass, you would not have had that kind of energy whatsoever. That is bullshit. And for you to think that you can physically attack my husband, like get in his face, say you want to take him outside on a national TV show that everyone saw, and then come back in the studio and act like you didn't do nothing. Like, well, he made fun of me. Too bad. Are you a child or are you a grown woman? Have some self-control. And if you can't have some self-control, I'll come over there and teach you some. How about that?
And she treats Andrew.
Ooh. I just don't think she should be calling in like this. It's such a bad look, man. I think if you're in a relationship, the man be's the influencer and the woman, does something else. I just think that this double team thing is, oh God, it's very cringe. Or she's got to do something in another arena, unlinked to you,
Andrew like a child. She
I mean,
always
doing a bit of co-content or something, maybe you could do at some points, but this dynamic where she's the backup calling in, don't do that.
acts like she needs to step in and protect him, and she does everything for him. It's so embarrassing. But Andrew seems to have no shame about it. Like, he completely relies on his wife. I think his wife is more independent than he is. I mean, it sounds like he'd be totally lost without
Oh, dude, going on shows together, no.
her. Like, when she talks about taking care of him, it sounds like she's literally taking care of a child.
Andrew, when Rachel said that she does all domestic chores, is there anything you do? I mean, do you put the bins out? Do you the trash out? I mean, what do you do anything?
I don't do shit.
Andrew has never done a house chore ever in 17 years. I do all of that. I bring him his food. I bring him his drinks. I keep track of his schedule.
My wife foresees my needs before I foresee my needs. She knows what I want to eat before I even know what I want to eat. She knows what it is that I want before I know what it is that I want. She foresees all of my needs.
So she runs this man's life. It's pathetic. But then she has to pretend like Andrew's a big, strong, masculine man that she needs to take care of her. And I mean, it just seems patronizing. Like, after he couldn't open that pickle jar, of course, his wife jumped to his defense and was like, actually, Andrew opens pickle jars at home all the time. Like, that is...
Oh my God, dude.
so embarrassing that your wife has to come out and say that about you. And honestly, she's probably the one that opens the pickle jars. Like, when they asked him to open one, he seemed frightened. He's probably like, wait, my wife usually does this for me.
Come on, you can do it.
Put it right side up. Just
You can
so
do
doesn't
it. You
spill
got
on you.
this.
All right, bro. I can't do it.
No. Oh God, no. This is tough as well.
There.
All right. Oh my God. I guess, yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
I'm supposed to open the pickle jar?
It's like a, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I do. This seems a little immature. No.
And his wife watches all of Andrew's appearances, so she must have been dying inside seeing
No, the jar, not the jar.
this and seeing him crash out over her past on that other episode, which she eventually called into and started going off.
Rachel seems to indicate she'd like to do a call-in with your permission.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to go out.
None of this disproves his views, by the way. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying, though. It's about the clippable moments. It's about the fucking clippable moments. And yes, we obviously listened to him talk, and I was like, yeah, probably he's right about this, single parent analysis, sure. But it doesn't matter when it's about the clippable moment of the debate, which is the pickle jar and the spurging out about the baby daddy thing.
Have a smoke.
No, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, no. He talked a bunch of shit. Now it's your turn.
To support the patriarchy. I'm kind of like the secretary that helps the patriarchy, and I just happen to be really fucking good at it. So if you ever want to talk more shit, let me know and I'll set up a debate with you, and I'll make you look 10 times stupider than even Andrew has.
Okay.
So you're the one who should get back in the kitchen, because you're useless. I don't know what you contribute to society.
So these two have a bizarre relationship. Usually red pill guys say it's a man's job to get his woman under control. But I think in this situation, Andrew's wife needs to get him under control. Like, this guy's a mess and is way too emotional about everything. It's embarrassing. But let me know what you guys think. And I just posted a new video to Patreon about the latest Rogan Sphere grifter, Jeff Dye, who lied to Rogan about moving to Texas so he could start a GoFundMe as a ploy to get money from his
I gotta
rich
say,
conserv-
guys, that is an Andrew L. That is an Andrew L. I used to get on quite well with Andrew back in the day. I said this the other day when I spoke about this before, but he sent me a message once. I think it's the first time we spoke on like a stream, and he said, like, you know what? You weren't as much of an Essler as I was expecting you to be. We did that funny JF Gary Epi. We did that funny JF Gary Epi, what is it? Fucking call in now. When the fake Mama JF called in. Classic. Andrew does like you, Chud, more than other streamers. Well, yeah, but now I just have to say what a terrible showing that was for him. So, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the super chats. I'm not alt-right. I just teabag hoes online. Pugcopter. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate that.